1971 to 1974. Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler.
Game 426, Yankees at Red Sox. Welcome back, baseball fans. 1971-74 Summer Carryover League. We are back in the American League. Last series for the All-Star break in the American League, and we finna wrap it up with the Yankees and Red Sox. I'll go right into this one, not to talk about. So, Game 1 of a best-of-7 opening up in Fenway Park. It's Jim McAndrew, acquired as a free agent for the Yankees, against Louis Tiant. One-sided matchup here. McAndrew, the youngster, runs into trouble in Fenway Park in the second inning, as the Red Sox have their way with him. A single walk, single, walk, single. That's 6 runs. No matter how you slice it, that's 6 runs. That's just too many base runners for McAndrew. He does manage to get through 5 innings. They tack on another run on a Yastrzemski homer, and it's El Tiante, Louis Tiant. 4-hit shutout, 7-0. Pretty straightforward victory for the Red Sox, who've had a dismal year. And they get some jubilation with a thrashing of the Yankees in a Game 1. Game 2, does the good times last in Boston? And the answer is, oh boy, not really. An extra inning game where the Red Sox had plenty of opportunities to go up 2-0 in this. A lot to take in here. A lot of walks in this game. In the bases loaded walk, RBI, and 2 runs here. Solo homer by Harper, sac fly here, solo homer by Yastrzemski there. 2 runs shot to send the thing in extra innings by Munson. And then in the top of the 12th, as the bullpens get weak, Chuck Seelbach, the long man for the Red Sox, surrenders a bunch of singles 4 singles in a row and 3 runs, and the Yankees win 7-4. Again, when you see this color pattern, it means the game's going extra innings, because I have to go through extra 9, 10, and I turn around, fill up every available box, and color code each reliever's remarks there. So, the Yankees get a split, but Boston had every opportunity to go up 2-0. Let's see what happened in Game 3. We go to Yankee Stadium, and the Yankees will send Fritz Peterson against Rick Wise. In the 3rd inning, 3 singles and out. Your dreaded Thurman Munson bases loaded triple in the Death Valley in Yankee Stadium. Then an RBI ground out. That's 4 runs, all the Yankees would need. As Fritz gives up a sac fly in the 5th. Bizarre game where Boston blew it again, loading the bases in the 2nd, and the 3rd, and the 4th, and coming away with nothing. Fritz Peterson's line, 6 2/3, 4 hits, a run, 9 walks, I say. 9 walks in 6 2/3, and was throwing a shutout until the 5th. It's not Boston's year, folks. I don't think it's the Yankees' year either. They're just the beneficiaries of Boston's horrific luck this year. Whatever, let's go to Game 4. Game 4. John Curtis, Doc Medich. 7th inning, RBI single, ball game. 1-0. Ball game, it's over. Curtis, 8 1/3, 4 shutout, 8 1/3 shutout innings, 4 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Was pulled in the 9th after getting the leadoff guy out, throwing a 1-0 shutout, so that Ted Abernathy could close it out against a couple of right-handed batters. Poor Doc Medich's line, 6 2/3, 5 hits, and that run. And that's all it was. And so a very, kind of the series is tied up 2 games apiece, but you just get this feeling that a better Boston team would be up by now. The Yankees are getting wins, but they're not really that great either. The sauce is just not in the rivalry right now. It's just not the timeline for Yankees Red Sox, and it kind of shows. Going through the motions here in a Game 5 in Yankee Stadium. Bill Lee versus Stottlemyre. Second matchup, this time on short rest. And Stottlemyre gets knocked around in the first inning. Rick Miller single, 2-run shot by Fisk, solo shot by Yaz. After the teams got 1 run in Game 4, the Red Sox get 3 in the first inning of Game 5. But the Yankees plug away at Bill Lee, who puts a ton of guys on base. A walk, single, double walk, a single walk, 2-base error on Dwight Evans. Walk, single, sac, fly. You get the idea. Bill Lee's line, 8 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs. Only 2 are earned because of a Dwight Evans 2-base error. That's what I'm talking about, folks. Dwight Evans, 2-base error? That's not even fair. That's not nice. That's just not nice. You don't want to lose a game that way when you have that guy's such an incredible defensive player. Stottlemyre, 9 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, gets the victory. Yankees do take home field. Well, no, actually, the Red Sox got home field back. What am I talking about? The Yankees are up 3-2, but the Red Sox have home field advantage in this series with 4 games at Fenway Park. So I guess you could say each team got a road win, which shows some moxie. It's been a long series, but I'm not sure what we got going with these two. I don't know where this is going to go. Other than Game 6 today, and now we can look at the standings before we play this Game 6. Here are the Yankees and the Red Sox, and the Yankees are having a great year, 18-11. I know I've been bashing them a little bit. It's hard to see it on paper. The wins are coming. The losses are coming from the Red Sox, giving their opponents wins. You see the standings. They're all the Orioles, Blue Jays, and Yankees just separated by a half a game. Blessed by an easy schedule, though. The interleague, they drew the National League Mountain Time Zone. So they drew the 4 fictional teams: Portland, Arizona, Colorado, and Las Vegas. So that's really helped perk up the American League East 1-loss record. But hey, 1 loss is 1 loss. You are what you are. As Bill Parcells once said, you are what your record says you are. So here we are in a Game 6 in back in Fenway Park. It's a rematch of Game 1. Jim McAndrew, who got knocked around, versus Louis Tiant, who threw a shutout in that game. So it bodes well for the Red Sox to win this one and force a Game 7, if you like that narrative. All right, leading off for the Yankees is Roy White. 35's a walk. Horace Clark, as wont to do, hit and run. When you don't like hitting off your own card, use the hit and run option, and he rolls a 6 and moves the runner up. Ron Bloomberg, 46 off Tiant, base hit center field. I think White's going to run. 16 runner. -2 arm of Rick Miller is a 14, and he scores. 1-0 Yankees. Bobby Mercer, 6'10", third X. This is Petrocelli at 2E11. Should be a double play, and it is. Bottom of the first, Tommy Harper, 47 is a K. Mike Andrews, 1-4 left. Carl Yastrzemski, 67, lines to third. I did not show you the cards of the 2 pitchers, Jim McAndrew and Louis Tiant, so here they are. Jim McAndrew was a Met, 11-8 in 1972, a 2.80 ERA in 161 innings. El Tiante, even better than that. For those Sox, 15-6 in that same year of 72 with a 191 ERA in 179 innings. Unfortunately, can't pitch on 3 days rest. That would really make him valuable. And here we go, back to the top half of the second. It is Thurman Munson, 68, flies to right. Greg Nettles, 110, flies to right. Tom Hutton, 35, a walk. And Elliot Maddox, 63. Pitcher X, Tiante. El Tiante, a 2E8 pitcher, makes the play. Bottom half of 2. Carlton, Fisk, 2-5, short. Hal King walks. John Kennedy, 110, skies the left field. And Larry Stahl, 5'11", short X. Stick Michael, a 3. E34 shortstop gives up a single. 2 on, 2 outs for Rico Petrocelli. 37 is a walk. Your bases are loaded, full of Red Sox. For Rick Miller, your number 9 hitting center fielder, to soon be replaced next year probably by Freddie Lynn. 1-9, let's take a look at Rick Miller's card. This is his 74 card. It's 261 with 5 homers, incredible defense. Ultimately, just not enough punch out of this bat to justify a spot in the vaunted Boston outfield. You know, not taking advantage of that little ballpark. And that's why Freddie Lynn will come in next year, fresh out of Arizona State, and dominate, win Rookie of the Year and MVP awards for those 75 Sox. 1-9 here for Miller, though, is a base hit in the center. Scoring Hal King. Larry Stahl is a 14 runner against the -3 arm. He's going to try it. And he scores on an 8. Nice little 2-run single. Boston takes a 2-1 lead. Petrocelli will hold at second. Back up top to Tommy Harper. 35, short. Top of the third, it is Stick Michael. 4-11, left X. This is Mr. Harper, a 3-4 in left field. Oh boy. And he plays that into off the monster in a rather strange way, and that's a double. I don't think Tommy Harper's long for Fenway either. I think we're hoping we'll get Jim Rice and Fred Lynn on this Boston team pretty soon and right that ship. But right now, Tommy Harper and Rick Miller are doing those duties. Maybe that is why Boston is in the cellar of the American League East. Roy White, 69, flies to left. Horace Clark, 56, second X. It's Mike Andrews today. They have Doug Griffin on the bench. He makes the play there. Runner goes to third with 2 outs for Ron Bloomberg, who bounces to second base. Bottom of the third, here is Mike Andrews, 54, off the McAndrew card, Andrew McAndrews. Homer 1-12, and he misses it. I'll take a double. Yastrzemski, 59, bouncer to second. The runner goes to third. They'll move the infield up. They don't want to give up any more runs. Carlton Fisk, 65. Center sack. Little inside baseball by your Boston Red Sox. It's 3-1. Hal King, 2-11, pops to first. Into the fourth we go with Mr. Mercer. Bobby, 6'9", flies left. Munson, 5'10", catcher's card. Fisk is a 1/16. I don't know where those errors came from, but makes the play there. And Greg Nettles, 4'10", center X. And here's where Rick Miller shines with his glove. Makes the catch. Bottom of 4, John Kennedy. No relation to John Kennedy. 68, flies to right field. Larry Stahl, 58, pops to second. And with 2 outs, Rico Petrocelli, 58, flies to left field. Well, McAndrew, a little better than last time. Had his trouble in the second inning and in the third, but much better than that 6-run inning of Game 1. But figuring out Louis Tiant is another problem altogether for the Yankees. Into the fifth we go. It's Tom Hutton. 6'6". When Tom Hutton talks, he flies to right. Elliot Maddox, 49, second X. Andrews, a 40-34 second baseman. Oish, that's a base hit. Doug Griffin winces on the bench with his Gold Glove sitting idle. Gene Michael, 47, single 1-7 off Tiant, and he rolls the 6, and the Yankees have something going in the fifth. 2 base runners with 1 out. Back up top to Roy White. 1-6. Let's take a look at the Roy White card of 1971. A 292 hitter, 19 homers, 86 walks, good range, an E0 with a +2 arm. Homer 1-6, fly ball the rest, and unfortunately, it'll land on the track, but it will be. Is it a sac fly? No, it's not. It was first and second with 1 out, so that's a whole lot of nothing there. That's a shame. And now Horace Clark. 39, rolls to second base, and Louis Tiant gets out of it. Close call with a ball on the short track and right field that Dwight Evans catches. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Bottom of the 5th, it's Rick Miller leading it off. 58 pops out. Tommy Harper, 2-4 short. And with 2 outs, Mandrews, 110, flies to center field. Know what? They're going to pull him. Put Doug Griffin in at second base. Help the pitcher out with some defense. A 3-1 game in Fenway. It's Ron Blomberg leading off in the 6th inning. 32, rolls back to the mound. Bobby Mercer, 3-11, flies to right field. Thurman Munson, 35, flies to left field, folks. Louis Tiant is something else at Fenway Park. A shutout, and today 1 run through 6 frames. Amazing performance. Bottom half of the 6th, it is Yastrzemski. 1-8, let's take a look at Yaz. Yastrzemski, 1973. So now he's 33 years old. And, you know, he's got to change a little bit as these guys get older, these Hall of Famers. He starts drawing more walks. Batting average and power start to wane a little bit. But the walks, he's saying, I'll take a walk. I'll take a walk and let the dudes behind me carry the team now that I'm more of a senior player here. And yeah, 105 walks in 1973 for Yaz. 1-8 though is a bell ringing home run. Carl Yastrzemski. It is 4-1. Carlton Fisk, 3-11, strikeout plus injury. Wow, they just lost Fisk. Well, Hal King will take over. And they'll get, well, that'll enable Dwight Evans to get into the outfield defensively in right field. Larry Stahl's the new DH in that regard. Here's Hal King, 5-10 is a walk. John Kennedy, 3-11 is a K. And Larry Stahl, 67, pops to third. 4-1 game into the 7th we go. It's Greg Nettles. 2-8, homer 1, fly ball to rest. Oh, I hate that roll. Always hate seeing those wasted home run rolls. Tom Hutton, 49 is a walk. Elliot Maddox, 56 is a K. And with 2 outs, it's Stick Michael. 54, lines to first base. Stretch time here in Fenway Park. We've been enjoying the Standells right there. Dirty Water from 66. Dirty Water, of course, Medication, Hey Joe, all the great hits of the Standells. Going a little retro action, trying to get the Red Sox to feel like they did years ago when they were doing rather well in Strat-O-Matic. And it's worked. It's worked today as they try and even this series up. Into the bottom of the 7th we go. McAndrew will continue and face Rico Petrocelli. 45 pops out. Rick Miller, 68, pops out. And Tommy Harper, 2-9, flies to left field. 4-1 game into the 8th. All the defense has been brought in. Dwight Evans and Doug Griffin. Top of the 8th inning, it's Roy White. 4-10, center X, Rick Miller. 1 in center field, makes the catch. Horace Clark, 111, pops to first. Ron Blomberg, 47, single 1-7, lines out. Yankees, you say Louis Tiant, they may as well roll over and play dead. 1 run in 17 innings off of Louis Tiant in this series. Bottom of the 8th, Yanks will go to their pen in a 4-1 game. They'll go to Mike Kekich. Get a little Mike Kekich action going here in the 8th inning. It'll be Doug Griffin leading off. 1-6 for Griffin is a single. Yastrzemski, 56 is a K. Dwight Evans in that spot vacated by the Fisk injury. 2-6 is a single. 2 on, 1 out for Hal King. 56, another K. And with 2 outs, it's John Kennedy. 1-5, bounces a short. We'll go to the 9th inning. Ken Tiante. El Tiante get another complete game and force a game 7. It'll be Bobby Mercer leading off. 38's a walk. He runs down to second base with catcher's indifference. So he's at second with nobody out for Thurman Munson. 6-10, Munson bounces one to third. This is Petrocelli. 2-11. A 2-11 makes an error. That's horrible for Petrocelli. Bad time for a Petrocelli error in the 9th inning. And now suddenly, we have the tie run walking into the batter's box in the presence of Greg Nettles. Very tempted. There's a mound visit. Let's just say that. There's a mound visit here. Because the Orioles and the Blue Jays are watching this, and they're rooting for the Red Sox here. I think they're going to pull him. They're going to take Louis Tiant out in the 9th inning with the first 2 batters on base, and they're going to go out and get. They're not scared of the Yankee bench. They're going to go out and get Roger Moret. Let's check out Roger Moret. In 71, Roger Moret 4-3 with a 2.92 ERA in 71 innings. He will come on in the 9th inning to face the lefty Nettles and a pinch hitter possibly after that. So Roger Moret kind of cools Nettles' homer chances down just a little bit. In the 9th, with first and third, because the catcher's indifference prior to that, first and third, Greg Nettles playing back, looking for a double play, conceding a run if that were to happen. Here's the pitch from the lefty Moret to the lefty Greg Nettles. 2-6 is a ground ball third B, fielder's choice. Well, fielder's choice, a fielder's choice. Run does score. Nettles is at first in a 4-2 game, and we will have the tie run again. Tom Hutton, another lefty. And this is where the Yankees, if you go to your bench, it's just not going to work out very well. Yeah. Yeah. What do you want to do here, Yankees? Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Okay. They're going to announce Mike Hirschberger as the pinch hitter here. Mike Hirschberger will pinch hit for the lefty Tom Hutton. Let's take a look at him. Hirschberger was a White Sox in 71 at 260 with 2 home runs. And frankly, this guy's just not scary enough to invoke a pitching change. So Moret is going to deal with him. Mike Hirschberger, the tie run in a 4-2 game with 1 out in the 9th inning. Here's the pitch to Mike Hirschberger. 67 is a K. And with 2 outs, now it's Elliot Maddox. Let's take a look at him. And now we're going to spin this around to Ted Abernathy. So Maddox, as we look at Maddox, he's got power against lefties, doesn't have it against righties, though he hits .303. No chance of hitting a homer against a righty. And Boston's closer is Ted Abernathy, a guy they went out and got in the offseason from the Royals via the Cubs. Ted Abernathy, 3-4 with a 1.71 ERA in 72 in 58 innings. Very good closer. Can Ted Abernathy get Maddox out to force a Game 7? Runner at first, 2 outs. The pitch to Elliot Maddox. 55, short X. This is John Kennedy, a 3E32 shortstop, and he makes the play. A GBC to end the game. There you go, Boston. Your bullpen did okay there. Got the conversion there, used 2 relievers. Yankees bench isn't much. I'm just not really impressed with either of these teams right now. I don't know. It's now that we've played so much baseball, we're getting to the All-Star break, you're starting to see that the super team may not exist, folks. Might not exist at all. There might not be a super team because there are only 24 teams in Major League Baseball, and there are 32 teams in my league. So a lot of talent gets diluted, The traditional powers just aren't winning with the regularity as you would expect. We just saw the Orioles lose. We've seen the Reds lose. We've seen the Pirates lose recently. Oakland. The White Sox have struggled this year at times. So it's hard to make out how this season is going to finish. It really is. A save for Abernathy getting the final out. A strikeout by Mr. Moret getting a hold. Louis Tiant will get your victory there. Just giving up 4 hits and 2 runs. Only one of those is earned. 4 walks and a strikeout. 1019, 0108. 4624, 4624, 4624, 4235, 3542. Well, it means Baltimore will be in first place in the American League East at the All-Star break. That's what we just determined. As these teams have split 6 baseball games. So good for the Red Sox to get their revenge on their bitter rival. In a season that's gone nowhere for Boston, if they can throw some dirt on the Yankees, that would be a victory. A bunch of Red Sox fans would agree with that, even when they're not playing well. Just beat the Yankees and all is well. 18-12 for the Yankees now, hitting .243 with a .302 team ERA. That's all. It's good pitching. Hitting not so much. 5 home runs for Roy White to lead the club. He's not the type of guy you want leading the club in homers. 28 for 118 is not very good either. Roy White's hitting .237 with those 5 homers. Bobby Mercer, 37 for 115, is hitting .322 as per norm. He always hits with that card. And for Boston, 12 and 16. Yeah. 12 and 16, hitting .220 with a .334 ERA. How are you going to do anything as the Boston Red Sox if you're hitting .220? How can you hit .220? You have to swerve out of your lane as a Boston Red Sox to hit .220. Let me just read the starting lineup for this game, what their batting averages were, because it doesn't even make any sense. Right? Tommy Harper, .281. Andrews, .280. Yaz, .296. It was Fisk at .293. Hal King was a DH, .207, but he's a part-time player. John Kennedy, .276. Petrocelli, .251. Rick Miller, .261. Well, I mean, they're not beating down the doors of Canton with those batting averages. Cooperstown, excuse me. But .220? If you're a Boston Red Sox team at .220, you're not doing anything. You're wasting my time. So anyway, here's the current standings. We have one more game, a Game 7. I'll report that at the end of the video. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you next time. Well, baseball fans, here's the box score of the Game 6 you just saw. Where Boston held off the Yankees with a 4-2 victory, forcing a Game 7 in Fenway Park. Could the Red Sox salvage a dismal first half of this season as they go to the All-Star break? And the answer is, heck yes they can. As the Red Sox, show the world what could have been, what they should have been doing all along. Red Sox bury the Yankees 13-3. They do it by knocking out Fritz Peterson, who has had a horrible start. Yankee pitching got knocked around in this one. You got Andrews with a double, Dwight Evans RBI double. They bat around in the 4th inning, culminating with a Carlton Fisk grand slam. Walk, single, double, walk, grand slam in that. They bat around again in the 7th off of Mike Kekich. The Red Sox, 13 runs, 13 hits. They walked 8 times in this game. But this is what they were supposed to be doing all year. They did it just this one time. They were hitting .220 before today. The message finally came, and they, as you have often heard, too little, too late for the Red Sox, it would seem. Here we are. They are 5.5 back. In the postseason tournament, they'll face the Yankees, 4 games behind them with 7 games left in their season, which means they'd have to beat the Yankees 5-2. Won't work. That's a solid game behind. They're going to have to beat the Yankees 6 out of 7. Can the Red Sox beat the Yankees 6 out of 7 to keep their season going? Yeah. history. I don't know. We'll see about that. Meanwhile, it is going to be the Orioles and the Blue Jays playing for the American League East when the postseason tournament starts. The American League East lead, not necessarily clinching the American League East. That's it today. Break up the Boston Red Sox. They won a series, folks. A 7-game series against the Yankees. 4 games to 3. Boston Red Sox. Thanks for checking it out. We'll see you next time.